City Morning Show.
Good morning, muy buenos días y bienvenidos todos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy estamos ya en la segunda porción de octubre, bueno, desde el 16. Hoy estamos el 17 de octubre y el tiempo vuela, no espera a nadie. Son exactamente las 7:03. Ya mañana es viernes, ya terminamos la semana. La siguiente semana, vamos a ver rápidamente, la siguiente semana termina el 26 y entonces entre 2 semanas y un día estamos juntos, entre 2 semanas y un día estamos juntos justo en el mes de noviembre. Ya saben qué quiero decirles sobre todo esto. Ya se acerca la Navidad y hay que empezar a hacer los preparativos, toda la limpieza que viene en el paquete de prepararnos para la Navidad. Buenos días de nuevo. Si nos acabas de sintonizar, es un gran gusto tenerte con nosotros, las 7:04. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la calle San Lorenzo, y gracias por permitirnos entrar hasta lo más íntimo de sus hogares. Como dije, estamos transmitiendo por cable, por aire y por internet a través de la página Facebook de Sugar City Morning Show. Por cable estamos unidos a la red de proveedores de señal de cable que permite que esta señal se vea por todo el país, desde Corozal hasta Punta Gorda. Y saludos a todos. Y también por aire un servicio especial y gratuito de parte de los dueños y la gerencia de esta estación de televisión para permitir a la gente que no tiene cable o opta a no tener cable o como sea el caso, poder ver siquiera un canal de televisión. Y eso lo haces a través de dirigir tu televisor a la señal de la torre con una antenita, algo por el estilo, y simplemente es lo que necesitas. Vas a poder captar la imagen de Canal 10. Buenos días. Como siempre, le damos inicio a nuestro programa. Hoy no es ninguna excepción, porque, como siempre digo, aunque estemos algo chencos y roncos o enfermos o con lo que sea, tenemos vida. Y por eso, mientras que tengamos vida, hay esperanza. Y nunca olvidemos eso. Hay esperanza para algo mejor. Así que, por favor, te pido que te unas conmigo en dar las gracias y decir, Padre, muchas gracias por todo, por tus bendiciones. Muchas gracias por la salud que nos das, por el bienestar que nos das, por todo lo que nos das. Gracias por ese amor que tienes para nosotros. Te pedimos que nos continúes bendiciendo como siempre. Hoy en particular, Padre, te pido para paz en el mundo. Paz mientras que tengamos el respeto a el derecho ajeno. Eso es el primer paso a la paz. Y también, Padre, cuando podemos ser suficientemente humildes y decir, eso es tu opinión, esta es mi opinión, yo respeto el tuyo y espero que tú respetes el mío. No tenemos que congeniar en nuestras opiniones, pero el respeto a la opinión ajena es el comienzo de la paz. Padre, te pido también para estabilidad dentro de esas familias, estabilidad emocional, económica. También, Padre, te pido por a las familias de aquellas personas que acaban de perder a un ser querido, a la familia Urbina. Acompáñalos, Padre, durante esos días, esas noches difíciles. También te pido por todos nosotros que tengamos la capacidad de poder decir, hoy hago el cambio. Padre, te alabamos, te bendecimos y te glorificamos tu nombre siempre. Amén. Thank you for joining me. Muchas gracias por unirse conmigo. We'll go direct when it's exactly 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. And after doing Let me just quickly do one thing before I get to that. And let's go to see who has birthdays today. And today is the 17th of October. Leo Coyoc, me imagino que estás en tu chamba en Med Service. Muchas felicidades. Y también Chris Alvarado, muchas felicidades. Leo, todo lo mejor para ti y para tu familia. Bueno, vamos, let's go direct to the general weather forecast that says fair and warm weather prevails over the country of Belize. And therefore, it's going to be sunny today and partly cloudy tonight. Showers, if any, will be completely isolated. The winds blowing from the east-southeast at 10 to 20 knots. The sea state moderate. Temperatures along the coast 89 as a high, 83 as a low. Inland 94 as a high and 75 as a low. And in the hills, 84 degrees as a high and 70 degrees as a low. I think yesterday I mentioned that the low temperatures, and generally temperatures, but in particular the low temperatures, we're going to be seeing a decline in those very shortly, within the next 10 days to 14 days, because something happens. It's a climatic change that happens every year. And we should be seeing those low temperatures go down to the upper 60s and medium 60s early in the morning. There are no advisors in place, and just again quickly to go to the National Hurricane Center page. You know what I see? Absolutely nothing, except for that big blob of showers and thunderstorms that passed over us during the weekend. I think it was on Monday. There's still showers and thunderstorms associated with that broad area of low pressure located over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, and it continues now to show signs of organization. It has a 90%, 80% chance of development, of formation for the next 5 days. So this is the kind of thing that could have happened in the Northwestern Caribbean if the conditions were just right. Fortunately for us, it did not happen, because we could have seen another Mitch. The low is forecast to approach the northern or northeastern Gulf Coast on Friday or Saturday, and regardless of development, the system is likely to produce gusty winds and rough surf over those areas. Apart from that, the Caribbean is completely clean. Yes, there are waves in the Atlantic, and just to quickly remind you that the season, the what would it be called? The Cape Verde season for the formation of hurricanes in the area around Africa is pretty much finished. In other words, we won't have, unless perhaps a late season one, but typically we don't have at this juncture, at this time, the formation of hurricanes coming out of Africa. Most of them are formed in our own vicinity, and that is by the Bay of Honduras, or the Bay of Nicaragua, or someplace close to the Atlantic. Let me just quickly look at the 5-day graphical weather. No, it just shows signs of that low pressure going into the Gulf Coast and battering some areas of the Florida Panhandle. The outlook for tomorrow, Friday, a similar trend will follow on Friday and Friday night. A low tide occurred this morning at 8 minutes after 6. A high occurs at 12:24 this afternoon. A second low at 5:27, and a second high at 11:54 p.m. The sun rose this morning at 5:46, and the sun sets this evening at 5:29. Look at the importance of this is that now it is before 5:30 that the sun is setting. It will come a time when 5:30 will be pretty much dark. The moon is setting this morning at 8:54, and the moon is rising tonight at 8:28. Thank you, Francisca Wellington. Buenos días. ¿Cómo se encuentran? Ojalá y bien. Saludos a los que cumplen años hoy. Sabemos de dos, pero hay muchos más cumpliendo años. Todo lo mejor para ustedes. Este es el reporte para hoy jueves 17 de octubre. ¿Y qué dice el reporte? Hoy tendremos buen tiempo. Algo caluroso, seco. Para las siguientes 24 horas soleado durante el discurso del día. Hoy parcialmente nublado por la noche. Chubascos completamente aislados. Es lo normal, por decir, a esta etapa. Los vientos del este-sureste 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar moderado, temperaturas por la costa 89 como una máxima, 83 como una mínima. En el interior vamos a subir a 94 grados, una máxima, y 75 como una mínima. Por las colinas 84 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima. No hay advertencias y no hay ninguna amenaza al momento, y les quiero decir de que no tenemos absolutamente nada en el Caribe que presente una amenaza a al país de Belice. Absolutamente nada. ¿Qué se espera para mañana viernes? Condiciones similares. Una baja a las 6:08 ocurrió, una alta ocurre a las 12:24, marea vez más, 12:24, otra baja a las 5:27 y otra alta, a las 11:54 hoy por la noche. El sol salió hoy a las 5:46 y el sol se oculta a las 5:29. De igual forma, la luna se oculta a las 8:54 y sale hoy por la noche a las 8:28. Anoche fue una preciosidad la salida de la luna. No sé si lo vieron, pero de donde yo estaba, salió preciosa la luna, y yo creo que hace un par de días fue luna llena, o hace unos 3 días, así que bastante fuerte está la luna. Muchas gracias, Francisca Wellington. Y también tenemos que darle las gracias, como siempre, a nuestros patrocinadores. A German Vegan Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors. También estamos hablando de A&R Stores, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board. Vamos a una pausa. Ya son las 7:16 minutos y estamos de vuelta con ustedes con mucho más. Precioso.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. Do you think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, rush runs, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. A&R Stores, where prices do make all the difference.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 26 minutes after 7 o'clock. Please join me in saying good morning and welcome to Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Checky.
Good morning, Don Martinez.
¿Cómo estás?
Why, well, right here, thank God. It's a next day. It's a beautiful day. And I'm glad that you can welcome me because I'm alive.
And it is with heavy hearts that the Urbina family announces the death of a beloved wife, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, aunt, and friend, Amparo Narcisa Urbina. She is predeceased by her parents, Alejo Ayuso and Narcisa Leiva, and her soulmate, Hernan Urbina Sr. She is survived by her children, Hernan Urbina Jr., Sandra Riverol, Amparo Bob, Ada Indira Lee, and Zenia Enid Morales. Grandchildren, Annie Urbina, Janina Urbina, Hernan Urbina Jr., Avril Urbina, Joshua Chan Marin, Ricardo Riverol, Amir Riverol, Crystal Bob, Caitlin Lee, Eric Lee, Santiago Morales, and Davina Morales. Daughter-in-law, Ana Urbina. Son-in-law, Norberto Bob, and Adolfo Aragon. Tony Lee and Adolfo Aragon. She is also survived by many great grandkids, nieces, nephews, and friends. The wake will be held today, Thursday, at Park Street. The funeral service will be held Friday, October 18, 3 p.m. at La Immaculada Church. The attention of all relatives and friends is called to this announcement. Again, I'd like to join with the rest of the crew from Nortevisión Channel 10 in expressing our sincere condolences to the entire Urbina family. It is particularly difficult. It is difficult whenever any member of the family dies, especially your parent, your father, your mother. But it's particularly difficult whenever you have both of them dying within a short span, 6-7 months. And this is the case with this family. I would only ask people to hold the Urbina family in their prayers always. So again, our sincere condolences. You permitted to say that in Spanish?
Yes, please.
Es con profundo pesar que la familia Urbina anuncia el fallecimiento de una querida madre, esposa, abuela, bisabuela, tía y amiga, la señora Amparo Narcisa Urbina. Fue hija del señor Alejo Ayuso, que ya falleció, y también la señora Narcisa Ayuso, que también falleció, y su esposo de muchos años, el señor Hernán Urbina Sr., que ya falleció. Es sobrevivida por sus hijos, Hernán Urbina Jr., Charito, Sandra Riveros, Sandy, Amparo Bob, Ada Indira Lee, Zenia Enid Morales, grandchildren, sus nietos, Annie Urbina, Janina Urbina, Hernán Urbina Jr., Avril Urbina, Joshua Chan Marin, Ricardo Riverol, Amir Riverol, Crystal Bob, Caitlin Lee, Eric Lee, Santiago Morales y Davina Morales. También una nuera, la señora Ana Urbina, un yerno Norberto Bob, Tony Lee, tres, Norberto Bob, Tony Lee y Adolfo Aragón. También es sobrevivida por muchos bisnietos, sobrinos y muchas amistades. Se llevará a cabo el velorio hoy por la noche en la calle Park, en su residencia, Park Street. Y luego entonces los servicios fúnebres se llevarán a cabo mañana a las 3 por la tarde en la iglesia La Inmaculada. Este anuncio va es para toda la familia y para todas aquellas personas que son parte del gran círculo de amistades que tuvo la señora Amparo. Que descanse en paz, y de nuevo expresamos nuestro más sincero pésame. Le ofrecemos nuestro más sincero pésame a toda la familia y le pedimos a todos que los mantengan en sus oraciones. Como dije yo, hace 6 meses aproximadamente falleció el señor Hernán, y es particularmente difícil ahora para la familia con la muerte de la señora Amparo. De nuevo, nuestro más sincero pésame, y que descanse en paz.
Muchas gracias, Don Martinez. Mr. Martinez, we know that the Urbina family is a very, very big family, and I heard you mention on that announcement her dad, Mr. Alejo, and her mom, Leiva. What's the connection of the Leiva there? Leivas.
Doña Chicha was a sister of Mr. Salvador Leiva. Remember Salvador Leiva? We used to live on Riverside.
Mr. Salvador Leiva.
Miss Flora's husband, Flora Leiva.
That's the one that is involved in trucking?
Yes, in other words, Mighty and Amparo are first cousins.
Oh, okay.
Because Mr. Salvador and Miss Chicha were brother and sister. And I think that there were other brothers. I'm not too sure there, but I do know that Mr. Salvador and Miss Chicha were brother and sister. I don't know if anybody remembers
it's a big
Mr. Salvador Leiva. Mr. Salvador Leiva was always to be seen with the late Santiago Castillo, and they were inseparable friends. It was, if you would, I can just quickly imagine, I can see the Suburban owned by Mr. Santiago Castillo, and to the front was his driver, to the front was Salvador Ortio Ebelio, and to the back was Chich and the other person, either Salvador or Tiobelio, or whoever was, interchange city. And that was, every time that they were here, they would visit with each other.
Yeah, well, that's a big family. We'll be at the wake tonight, Mr. Martinez.
Yes,
Yeah.
Most of us will.
Yeah, we will be there tonight sharing some of our musical talents as well, no? But let's see if we can connect with Delva. Today is Thursday, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, today is Thursday, but connection not going through to San Pedro this morning. But as we're here today, Mr. Martinez, it's another day, and we say thank God for this brand new day. Thank God for, taking us throughout the night last night and taking care of us so that we could have wake up this morning and be here to present the Sugar City Morning Show to all our viewers and the entire country of Belize.
Exactly right. And I'd just like to quickly tell you that, again, if you missed the weather report, that this is the crucial time for us. October, 5th October, and especially, history can help me here that we had Mitch during the month of October, the 25th, 26th, 27th, and we can recall that Mitch was one of those huge hurricanes, and I can recall the 25th. As a matter of fact, something just came through my mind. I dreamt with my brother, Fred. I just saw him in my, and I can remember him calling me and telling me, "Boy, we have to take care because Mitch has gone up to 180 miles per hour." And this is right in our backyard, and right by the bay, by Nicaragua, where it was forming. This one that just passed could have happened again, like Mitch, but it didn't because it didn't have enough time, and the conditions were just not right. But if anything were to form in that area, believe me, depending on conditions, it could be another Mitch. So let's just hope and pray that we don't have that. Whenever we're into the month of November, like I said, again, the formation of hurricanes is in our area, no longer in Africa. What is called is it the Cape Verde Islands? The Cape Verde season is pretty much over for the formation of hurricanes in Africa. So unless you have a late season storm. But most of the hurricanes are now formed in the Caribbean, either by Colombia base close to the close to the South American border, and then they rise up, and then it depends on how they go, but generally then they will begin to go west, and that's the problem because then they come right across Belize.
Yep.
So let's pray to God that we don't have anything for the next 10 days or 2 weeks. If we go through the month of October, November is less probable because the odds of any formation is of hurricanes is much less, but not to be misunderstood as impossible. It is very, very possible.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez, I'm not sure if it was the first term of the Dean Barrow government. When we're here, we usually talk about all the great offers and the deals when it comes to Digi. We know Digi will be having a special tomorrow in Corozal. Digi celebrating 30,000 customers, and they'll be having phones for $30, and they'll be doing double up and lots of different big offers when you sign up for the DigiNet services. But way back before this government got into power, we were blacked out for most of these services until the government of Belize decided to take control of BTL and put it in the hands of the Belizean.
You have said a mouthful. You really have said a mouthful. And the thing is that if it were not for this government, United Democratic Party government, that made arrangements to take over BTL, then we would not have access to anything that would present a threat to BTL's money-making facility. In other words, we would not be able to have WhatsApp because the VoIP protocol, voice over internet protocol, Mr. Mann, the owner of
the then owner, had us blacked out.
I said you can't, and that would also include Messenger, that would also include FaceTime, that would also include, so there are so many things to be grateful, and sometimes we only take it for granted that nothing happened, but we're not really sure how it happened. But let me tell you, it's this government that fought for that. And when it purchased Belize Telemedia Limited, then it opened it facilitated the protocols for voice over internet. So this is when we began to get WhatsApp and get other access to other information.
You know how many Facebookers we have right now?
Facebookers and etc., etc., etc. And we mention these things very simply because people most of the time don't know.
Or they tend to forget.
Este gobierno que se abrió las posibilidades para conseguir que tú y yo y Chequi y todos podamos tener Facebook y platicar por Messenger y WhatsApp y todo lo que es voz a través de porque el señor dueño, si tiene que mencionar el nombre, el señor Michael, estaba muy en contra de ello y decía, tú tienes que usar el sistema de BTL, aunque te cueste. Y mira, hacían mucho dinero y se salía del país, y poco se quedaba aquí. En otras palabras, estaban explotando esta compañía. Y estaban explotándolo tanto así, envuelto en tanta cosa, que finalmente el gobierno decidió y lo compró para ti, para él y para mí y para todos nosotros. Así que hagamos conciencia de esto y demos gracias al señor Barrow y su gobierno y a Dios por permitirnos todo esto. Lo dijiste todo, la verdad.
Yes, and the company has expanded so much, Mr. Martinez. Expansion brings jobs, bring lots of new employees, and now many Belizeans can walk around with a telephone, and it's like you have the world in your hand. Anywhere you are, you can be contacted worldwide, you can send messages worldwide. And if we can recall also, Mr. Martinez, before the takeover of BTL by the government of Belize, the Prime Minister and the government made a bold decision. And before that, how much one telephone call used to cost when you want to talk for 1 minute?
reduction of tariffs.
Yes, we never used to have where you could buy bundles. You never have like now you could buy data on your phone. We used to go to states and see all the things they have. Me say, I never used to understand anything what they used to talk about them. And phone call, when you want to make one phone call, Mr. Martinez, you want to hurry talk quick. Because, look, $1 gone, 1 minute gone.
No solo eso, if you were talking to I can recall that I have a cousin living in an island, in some islands off the coast of Africa. And every time we used to speak to her, my mother would speak to her, the bill would come like $138?
Yes.
For 10 minutes or so? Wow. And if you speak to her much longer, half an hour, good Lord, the bill comes to $300.
Yep.
And now, you could do it free of charge. You could do it WhatsApp. And yes, you pay your internet facility.
But it's affordable.
But it's affordable. Okay? And these are the things, estas son las cosas muchas veces no tomamos en cuenta, que es este gobierno que ha permitido que esto suceda. Y es un hecho.
And when that happened to Mr. Martinez, you may hear a lot of noise when it comes from the opposition. But right now, everybody is enjoying and making good use and good benefit of this affordable system. If that never happened, like what you mentioned, maybe we are still blackout right now. I will never may have so much access. But you see, sometimes we need to remind our viewers of these achievements. When I say, but me don't know why they say BTL of Belize, because me no get not know that. But you got that phone in your hand on the call. You don't receive WhatsApp. You don't receive pictures.
But did they get school? You get school help. How do you think that comes from? The profits that come out of BTL go into government because it's government owned. So if BTL, and I'm looking right now at the financials for BTL.
Yeah, and the company also, Mr. Martinez, offer free internet service to all schools over the country. All they need to do is to apply, and they will get their internet so that the students can use it at school.
Thank you.
You remember one time we used to go to the BTA, when they call it first, when we just open by the police station, and we make one leave phone call in there. They used to go and leave pay phone about the place, when you drop in $1 in there, or make one leave phone call. By the time the person answer or said, me the call, poop, poop, poop. Say, what?
Exactly.
So it's not only that the government took that bold decision to take over BTL, but the benefits and the privileges that has came to the Belizean people. And that's what all of us are enjoying right now. Like I said, people may make a lot of noise when it happen, but the results are here now, Mr. Martinez.
I'm not there yet, but I should be able to get this information as I speak.
So when you see all of their ads that DJ they do this, DJ they do that,
okay,
then you're supposed to know why is it happening and why they are doing so much.
And we're focusing on this because it's a government-controlled entity. And revenue for 2018 was $146,624,000, and the operating profit was almost $35 million.
That's so what for 1 year?
That's for 1 year.
Wow.
Less obviously the business tax, because that business tax goes into government coffers.
Yeah.
$12 million. So if you're wondering, ¿de dónde viene el dinero para darle la ayuda a todos los estudiantes ahora? A todos los estudiantes. First, second, third, and fourth. Am I right?
Right, all the way up to fourth farm.
If you're wondering, it comes from profits, from or business tax, from companies. and profits from government-held corporations, and also collections from Customs Department, at GST, etc., etc. But in particular, the profit for the year after taxes and so forth was a resounding $22,544,000. Now, that is good news. Even though it was bombarded on the news that, we paid close to $500 million for BTL and blah, 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 and that the company is only worth $100 million. That was what they made us believe. The company is worth close to $400 million. And it was, yes, we paid a lot for it, but with profits like 22 million, then we can easily, within the next 3-4 years, say that, hey, BTL is completely without any contingent, any kind of liability, that is completely owned by the government and people of Belize.
And it's not a white elephant.
And it's not a white, and it's generating money because it's paying for itself.
Yep. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
The name of the game with BTL is competition. If we didn't have another telephone company, you wouldn't have these benefits we're having right now, right? So I think competition is what causes things to go down and have a better plan.
Yes, I agree.
But even so, Belize is one of the highest paid telecommunication. We pay more for telecommunication throughout the Caribbean. Our prices are very high for internet. So we're not really saying, although we have competition, we're not really benefiting. We pay the highest rates for telecommunication in the whole of the Caribbean. So we need to bring it down, and then you'll have more. But I think competition is it's a good thing. As soon as you see Smart go down with rates, you will have BTL going down with rates.
Yep.
And as to the government taking that money and investing into schools, this is the first year they're doing this, giving computers to the students. But I have a little bone to pick. I was looking at the news, and I understand the Attorney General said that the $40,000 or the student loan that Mr. Perdomo got, right? No matter what the Senate does, it's already gone. It's already gone through, and I think that's very, very bad, because then we are just noticing that the Senate is just a rubber stamp. Because if you have the 13 senators that voted against, like even Pastor Rock, he surprised me, voted against this loan, paying this loan, right? And then the Attorney General went publicly on television and said, that's gone already. The House of Representatives passed that, and that's gone already. I think that's very, very sad. And even so, when you get a loan, what happened to the guarantor? You have a guarantor, right? That the guarantor is supposed to have paid that loan if the recipient cannot pay the loan. So we are very, very out of order in this country when it comes to political benefits with people. Because Mr. Perdomo is a very well-known person, a very wealthy person, right? And then you have students that they don't have money to study, and they are kept back because of the system, right? So I truly believe that this part, although it's a meager $40,000 in compared to the $400,000 that Mr. Vega's son owes the government and Ms. Spitz owes the government. That's $400,000 compared to $40,000, right? But they're still the people's money. It is still taxpayers' money. We need to recoup that money.
Carla, but you think what the Attorney General says stand in law, or he's just saying that?
I think he's just saying. Because when it comes to money business, if the way I understand it, if you get a loan, if you're going to get a loan from the UK, right, and it goes through the Senate, and the Senate refuses it, the government has the power to continue with it, but that's getting money from abroad, not wiping out money that goes to the government. So I think the Attorney General is very out of line, right? Personally, I think that he's out of line, right? I may be wrong, but I think he's out of line.
Okay.
Right? So I think it needs to be pursued, because what I noticed on the news last night, the opposition found where the guy is working The police have found where the guy is living. You know, so how can the government say they cannot find where this person lives? It's very outrageous to hear this thing comments from the Prime Minister himself saying, oh, we cannot find where he works or where he lives. And the opposition did it. Give the address where he's working, give the address where he's living, and we say cannot collect this. But my point is this, what happened to the guarantor? The guarantor needs to pay that $40,000. Not because you have really past 6 years. What happened to the years gone by? You know, the government knew what they were doing. So that's something that hurts. It hurts the population of Belize. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There, I was waiting for the caller to conclude, and I was doing some research on exactly that, and I found out that, and I'm not a lawyer, and as such, because of the way the law is written, sometimes it is mired with a lot of technical words, which makes it difficult for us to completely understand this, you know, and especially if you're not used to this kind of thing. But it turns out that that you may be right. That at the end of the day, the approval of the Senate is not required on all of the bills. And then you may be wondering, well, what the hell is going on? And this is what the Attorney General said. And above all, the Attorney General is telling you that the House of Representatives, as it is in England, as it is in any other country, is way above the Senate. And the Senate, or the House of Lords, or the House of although they call it the upper house, back then, and now the House of Commons in England and the House of Representatives in any of the the countries that have the parliamentarian system of government, the lower house is now the more powerful house. I can recall, and I don't recall exact words, but way back in England, when the king rode up to the House of Commons and requested to be told what is going on, and the Speaker of the House says, "I can't tell you." He says, I don't remember the words, it says, "My tongue cannot say and something cannot say," but in other words, those are more important words uttered by the Speaker saying, "I know how to tell you. This is our house." And that was the beginning of a new era. The House of Commons got to be powerful. Well, I guess that has been handed down. The House of Representatives, in some cases, does not need, and I'm being very careful, does not need the approval of the House of Senate to do certain things. In other words, whatever the House agreed on, and this is not only Belize but universal, Commonwealth countries, it goes through. The Senate cannot stop it. But then you're right. It opens a little Pandora's box that goes like, why the hell we have the Senate? Why the hell do we have the Senate? So I'd like to get some discussion there.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
I can understand what Mr. Martinez is trying to put across, right? But let me tell you something. I mean, and it's clear as clear water as a transparent glass, right? What happened to the guarantor, man, right? Once you sign, you go to the bank, you go to the credit union, you sign for anyone.
Who was the guarantor?
And that person does not pay for a period of time. The guarantor is the one that pays that loan. So what happened to the guarantor? The guarantor is supposed to be taken to court too.
Yeah,
the guarantor is supposed to be taken to court.
Do we know who the guarantor is?
His sister. Oh. His sister is the guarantor. It was in news that his sister is the guarantor for this loan, right? So she's supposed to be paying that loan, right? So don't let us keep kicking the pan. We don't kick the pan. We need to stop that pan and find the goal, right? The guarantor is his sister. So if he cannot pay, the guarantor needs to pay. Because Because you go to any learning institution and you sign for someone and it doesn't pay, you end up paying.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to be when you sign for someone.
Yeah, because
Right?
even if you have funds in at the bank and you sign for me and my payment date due and I not pay
They freeze your money.
automatically the money will come out for your account into mine.
Until you continue paying what that person borrowed from you.
Right, you're right, sir.
You know, so I think the guarantor needs to be paying this money if the person cannot pay. You know, that's the way. No matter what the lower house or the higher house is, right? It is very illegal what they did, and the guarantors need to pay. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Martinez, we need to go on a break, sir.
Yes, we need to go on a break. It's exactly almost 8 o'clock, 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. I will continue with that discussion as soon as we come back after these messages.
Technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who's me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Bring it on, if anything.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Peanuts, butter, and what? Jelly, and what else? Coffee and everything. But good morning. So, Mr. Martinez.
Eat your heart out.
So, Mr. Martinez, tomorrow we're inviting the residents of Corozal to take the opportunity of this big Digi celebrating 30,000 customers.
I'd just like to quickly go back to the comment that the caller made a while ago. And when he alluded to the fact that Belize is one of the highest priced internet providers in the region, in the Caribbean region.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was true. That, mark my words, that was true. As a matter of fact, in 2013, 2014, 2015, before the advent of fiber optic, we were very expensive, selling a minimum of 256K for $12.41 and 16 meg for $347. 16 meg, $347.
Wow. Who can afford that?
Now, with the advent of fiber optic into the country of Belize, Digi has been the pace setter and has just recently created new plans and tripled, not double, tripled the internet speed.
At no extra cost.
So when the other day I was at my sister's house and I go like, make her do a little speed check. I ended up getting a reading of 100 megs.
Wow.
At my sister's house. I don't know what plan she has. Me no ask her, but I had a download rate of 100.
And it worked
98.9 download. Quick. And I know she doesn't spend a lot of money on the internet, so I'm just trying to tell you that Digi is very economical and on par with most of the Caribbean countries, and also almost at par with the Central American countries. But as time goes by, we will get there. But with the fiber optic technology now, believe me, our rates are comparative.
And not only the rates, but the service.
The service as well.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
see everything clean and nice when you want to log on to anything, you command very quick. And
Very professional.
But you know, Mr. Martinez, when you talk about rates in the region, we have to look at our population compared to their population as well, you know. because there's more growth when it comes to those.
Of course.
So if you compare that and broke that down, you'd have said that Belize probably would have been cheaper, more affordable when it comes to the population growth. But then Belize only barely got 400,000 persons. We have two telephone
and at
companies
that
here.
time when that report was generated, I mean, Barbados was offering a lowest download rate speed of 2 megs for $30, whereas we were still in a 256K, which was like, oh my God, I think we were one of the very few, along with Guyana and Aruba. I mean, we were there way behind. And it's, thank God to, like you correctly said, competition. And I'm glad that there is competition. God bless competition, because at the end of the day, we can't permit one company to be holding on. I think that competition is what makes it spicy and juicy and benefits the consumer.
And it improves the companies as well.
Yes, but most of all, it's what the consumer at the end gets back.
Yeah.
Believe me. Barbados was charging $100 for 320 megs. But that Barbados is a small country, but it's far more developed than Belize. I mean, you have technology. I mean, it's factories upon factories in Barbados, and it's just a small little country, but it's just more developed.
Yep.
But we're gonna get there, and we're gonna get there very fast.
Yeah. So when we look at it, Mr. Martinez, when the government may just take over the company, things may tighten tiny because all the high rates were up already. But now we can see the result in the long haul. We can see all the benefits. We can see so many people can afford the services that Digi is offering. That time they saw people who say, buy me a phone now. I can make a leak call. Or you go buy one $5 card and by the time you scratch it, by the time you don't put your number and make a phone call, you have 1 minute remaining.
That's so true.
That recording now exists again. That's not there again. You know, reach that point again.
The worst, no, when we get cut off immediately. Bam, we got it.
Yeah.
You don't have enough funds to make this call. I go like, thank you. Now you tell me?
Yeah.
Now you tell me when the call done? I mean, really.
Yeah. And you know the interconnection with the next company has made things easy, because when the next company may come in, only from they can only call within their carrier. They couldn't call out or you couldn't call them. But the interconnection, and I believe that I don't know what may happen if we had that new company and we have a private person owning this next company. What would have happened if that interconnection would have came to light?
And a lot of people are even wondering, even farther ahead, what if Mr. John Brisenia would remain as leader of the People's United Party, and God forbid the People's United Party wins the next elections? We know that the Brisenia family is at the helm of SMART. What would be the policy in regards to telecommunication? Would it be favored to one and not to the other? Would it be made to look as if there's no favoritism? How would it affect the policy making for the government, considering that, well, they say that the area representative has to dispose of all his assets, but that's only paper. At the end of the day, he still remains the big owner at SMART. Don't bloody ghost fool you. And he's only temporarily passed on to somebody else But believe me, when it comes to the ownership, he's still there at the help of it, at the very top of it. So, just something to consider. What do you think is going to happen? Is it something that you would like to live through, or something that you'd like to avoid? I would like to tell you that it's something that you want to avoid, because you don't even want to live through that. What do you say?
Yeah, because what happens is people don't enjoy their services. So what if that would happen? Will we have better rates from the next company, or this next company, Belize Telemedia Limited, that is running so good and coming up? Will we just stay there like
He
nada?
will have because BTL is government owned, then he would be the only one who would know how much of the internal works of BTL, how much money they're making, etc., 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 etc. So he'll have privileged information about Digi, something he currently does not have, or I presume he doesn't. Understand me?
Yeah.
But with that privileged information that he's getting as Prime Minister, hey, call up Mr. Man of CEO and tell her I need a meeting with him this afternoon. Hey, boy, how much you charge this? How much you charge this? He's the Prime Minister. You'd have to answer him. Something he does not have right now. But just a little bit of something for you to ponder on. Something for you to ponder on.
This one said that the government need to take that to the House and try to pass a law to do some kind of binding that cannot happen. I don't know how they could do that.
I don't understand the comment.
I think what this person wants to say that the government need to like try put one clause or something for make if what you are saying would happen, then they can't touch Belize Telemedia.
You can't, because telemedia it belongs to the government. So how can you put a clause in saying only Dean Barrow could pass judgment on BTL, and if one day Mr. John Bracena becomes Prime Minister, he doesn't have jurisdiction of it.
That won't work.
That's impossible. It won't work. It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
You can't go that way, Papa.
Yeah, because the no Mr. Barrow own it.
It's the people who own it. And now going back to the point, it's because it's government owned that we're getting benefits. Hello, that's the point. So all those people go like, "Cha, me not like DJ," but at the end of the day, then they receive money from government for something or the other. As biting their nose, biting their face. In other words, I don't know how the phrase goes, but the point is, BTL is a major earner of revenue for the government of Belize. It is a major earner. So, at the end of the day, why not? Why be spiteful? You understand me? Embrace it.
Yeah. So that is good news right now that DJ is making it, and it is good news that the Belizean people are benefiting from this company as well. It's not only that they are raising their revenue and not passing on anything to the Belizean public. They are passing on as well, which is good, and it's in the hands of the government on behalf of the people of Belize.
And then just as a quick, if we would like to go through compare the 2018 profits to the 2017 profit, to the 2013 profits, and we're gonna see it here. Now this is, yeah, okay, here it comes. Here it comes. A net income profit for the year, 19 million. So we're looking at a big increase for 2018, I'm sorry, big increase of 5 million or 6 million per year, making extra.
And that's because the company is investing as well, Mr. Martinez.
That's exactly
and these
right.
profits are still coming in.
Yes. So, and paying their business tax. You know how much they paid in that year? 16 million in business tax or something like that. I can't understand why this year the last year they paid 12. I don't know. I can't explain that. That would be an accounting question. But the point I'm trying to make is that 10 or million or 12 million or 16 million is still a substantial amount of money. Only business tax. Which leads us to another topic, which I'd like to say.
So by us enjoying all the good, great services from telemedia through the Digi services, then we have economic growth coming to our country as well. We have students benefiting. We have many other things, because you know how many people was employed when this fiber optic line was on stream, Mr. Martinez. I believe they had a company here from Venezuela that was working, but they were employing Belizeans to work as well. It's so much an elite Digi vehicle over the place, connecting up people, and this is a personal connection to your house. So it brings, along with the economic growth, it brings jobs. And if this takeover by the government never happened, then wonder where Belize Telemedia Limited may be right now.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So, at the end of the day, it's a major contributor of business tax. It's a major contributor.
Employment.
Employment.
Education.
And I'd like to just shift the conversation a bit and tell you that all of these reports are audited by auditors, in other words, learned people, professionals, who are there to do exactly that kind of work. People who go in and verify the accounts of those public companies, just so that whatever information they put out is deemed to be right. So you have Panel Carr-Foster, who is still the auditors for telemedia, and they are chartered accountants and auditors, and whenever these companies put their stamp, you have a number of these companies around. You also have Baker Tilly House, and you also have Kleinville, KPMG, Kleinville Piet Marwick Girdler, and I think the name has changed over the years, but the point is there are a number of them that offer the services. And so we know that those numbers are being represented. In other words, despite the fact that accountants know how to fiddle with numbers and blah, 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 at the end of the day, there's a lot of truth in, and I have to be very watchful of my words, a lot of truth in what they present to the Belizean public. Sometimes we understand that the financial reports are mired in a lot of, you can hide this here and you can put this here and make it seem as if you're doing this here and make it seem as if you're doing that there. A lot of little gerrymandering and so forth. But at the end of the day, I think the auditing agency has certain responsibilities, and it has to be done the right way. Getting to the point I want to make is the GST. Again, the GST. I went to purchase 2 days ago at the store, without having to name it. And I didn't buy, it's not within my neighborhood, so I don't want you to get ideas. It's not within my neighborhood. It's someplace downtown. And it's a big store. And it's Oriental owned. I rarely go into this store. And I was not given a receipt. And I requested one, And the man told me, machine no de work.
Machine no de work.
Machine no de work.
Well, stop sell.
Well, I told him that I would be reporting him. That's how I go, you know. I'll be reporting him because it's not fair. It's not right. And he looked at me as if saying, well, you could do what you want. But, ladies and gentlemen, if you see a store who has displayed a GST permit, because if they don't have it displayed, they can't charge you. That's another thing. If you see that they have it displayed and they are a GST earner, if it's a big store, then they must, I repeat, MUST, must give you a receipt. Anything that you buy at a store, the store owner must give you a receipt to show you that $1 was for this and the 12.5 cents was for that GST. And if they can't give you that, then report it. Because what happens? That money that you put in, suppose the item that you went to buy is $100, one telephone, and they charge you GST 12.5%. It's $112.50. No receipt. Oh, money goes into a drawer. You think that money is reported? The government? You think what you think happened to that $12.50 that he charged the customer under the premise that he's going to report it to government as GST? Then at the end of the day, he keeps it. Then that's robbery. That's theft. Doesn't that begin, ladies and gentlemen, to begin to explain the amount of expenditure that we see coming out of some of the Chinese community, where at the end of the day, they have been playing with all the GST and all the business tax, etc., etc., etc. So much so now that they are making big savings. And if they should be reporting at the end of the day sales of $10 million, they're only reporting sales of $2 million or $3 million, aided and abetted by some of the very officers within the GST department. Yes. Not all cases, but some cases.
So when that happened now, like we were mentioning about this telephone, that $12.50,
money got into the China drawer.
So
that's profit for him if he doesn't report it.
So if he do 10 sales like that for the day,
he makes $112.50.
Without no kind of investment.
What you got, and he's stealing your money.
So that's 100% right there in the game without doing anything but collecting your money.
Thank you. No me te continue fool us.
So what?
If we want to do something or can do something about it, please request your GST receipt.
So what?
From your from your supermarket.
So what you do? You just had to left your money there? Because the man said machine no the work.
Machine no the work. Oh, he was saying machine no work. I go like, don't tell me that. Buy another machine.
Or stop sell.
Or whatever. But it's an excuse. As a matter of fact, I reported on 2 occasions, and you should recall this, a certain store in Trial Farm where I went there and I saw the big amount of people alight from the bus and come out and buy soft drinks and buy cookies and buy this and buy the other, and nothing was being run on the bill on the machine. It was just out of the money and the man and they laugh at the
big draw.
Out of the draw, and nothing was passed through the machine.
But
then they're charging you the GST price and the thing is that sometimes we know that we need to ask for a receipt.
But Mr. Martinez, the people do inventory. GST no work with inventory. How one time you was salesman go they go sell you goods. The salesman will sell you $2,500 worth of goods. That salesman has to report to GST as well. So GST don't know what them people have done in shop. They don't go check.
There is a section in the GST report that you have to disclose your inventory and so on. But invariably, it's left blank.
It don't happen.
It don't happen. Because at the end of the day, there is no system in place that would permit the government to follow up on your inventory. But you struck on a good note, because at the end of the day, if you declare that your sales are so forth, you declare your sales are $2 million. And when they do an investigation and they find out that your bank account, you deposited $4 million, then that brings up a question. What's going on there? How come you claim to have sold only $2 million, but you deposited $4 million?
Yeah, where the next $2 million come from?
Where the next $2 million come from?
You find it on the street, you find a bag of money.
Exactly. So then they begin to investigate you. And then invariably what they find is that you underreported your sales. Because they found out that you made a sale here, you made a sale there, you made a sale there, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. So they go to court and tell you, you, Mr. Man, you underreported your sales by so many millions of dollars, and you owe the GST department $80,000. Just let's create a number. So they're given 6 months to pay, whatever, and it goes. Or sometimes it doesn't even go to court. Sometimes it's just some sort of revision that they made, and they put you and they present you a bill of $80,000. And then the person, whoever you're dealing with, comes to you, or you go to the person and tell her, we can't work out a lead deal, boy. And if the person is receptive to it, again, is receptive, he's going to smile at you and put at least face and
yeah, give that indication.
All right, boss, what you talk about? I could make things happen for you, and you go like, haha, I could give you so much. And he says, our bill is $80,000. How much you want to pay? I don't want to pay more than $30,000. For this 80, you go right after 50. But before I write after 50, you have to pay me $10,000. So he pays $30,000. He pays $10,000 to the assistant, and the $80,000 bill is brought down to $40,000.
So $40,000 gone down the drain.
This, ladies and gentlemen, has happened a number of times and continues happening. Can you imagine the amount of money some of these stores make, and don't report to government, and there's nothing that gives you comfort, and no checks, no way of checks and balances or anything like that will go make you go like, all right, man, I see finally GST is doing something. No, if I tell you that they do checks on certain businesses only when maybe the business is new, or but those arrangements have already been made for them not to pay. So who's getting richer?
So this part
government is losing out on GST, and typically the businessman is the one that's making
free money
out of your head.
Free money. So this part of the pan application form with the inventory, there's no time for Latin.
None, as far as I know, none.
But then that's a good way for the GST department.
But you see how many companies can actually give and figure at a certain point saying that their inventory is such is it something that you want to disclose? Would it be deemed as something that is private and confidential?
But why should it be private and confidential? It's that
Think about it.
You do a legitimate business.
Think about it.
Somebody is sending a text saying here that that's the way they thief the people, and Belizean people don't say nothing because of Chinese and Hindu.
You said it right. The point I'm making here is they can try to get the best out of the system and succeed if you permit it to succeed. And the big what you call it is in if you permit it to succeed. Because you could be like me and say, I want my receipt, please. No receipt. I want my receipt, please.
So what
if you buy one Coke, if you buy 4 pencil, whatever you purchase needs to be given a receipt. You need to get a receipt. If that person is registered as a GST a receiver, an agent. If the person is not an agent, obviously he can't charge you. The cost already includes that you're paying, it already includes the GST, but not as a recoverable a cost. No. Part of the cost. No. It's not recoverable. It's just you just have to sell it as is.
So that go and handbug people like one time and go, you got 5-6 items, $25.
Mm-hmm. And the only item what you call it, and you go like $25 and you pay $25, they put it in the bag and then you haul out. That's illegal.
Yeah, sometimes they overcharge you like that too.
That's wrong. You tell them, sorry, I want a receipt. Because that way, if your bill got up to $25, give me what you call it, $25. Utilities. Oh my God, where is utilities? Utilities. Calculator. I so much thing with their phone. $25 divided by 1.125 is equal to $22.22. So if that sale was $25, $2.78 was GST, which he charged you for, and he doesn't have to report it to government because he didn't give you a receipt. It's not logged into his system as a sale, which he's forced to report. So whenever time to reporting his sales, he goes like, my sales were for this month was $300,000. Oh no, too much, put 100. So what happens is that he on $200,000 divided by 1.125, he just make $22,000 profit.
Thief.
You must say they smile, huh? But that's what's happening.
So That's why
you see big buildings they come up and so on because it's been happening month after month after month after month, year after year after year after year, and it's happening right in front of your noses.
So with that money there, that person could go right to a car dealer and tell me, I want an SUV. Give me that vehicle.
With profits of $22,000 a month, robbery of $22,000 a month in times 12, and if you multiply that, if he does this every month times 12, he has made $2 million profit.
Wow.
Who's telling that this is happening right now? How many people? My father worked hard before he could build a building worth $1 million. Many years. He had to labor hard. He had to save. Right now, In 1 year, 2 years' time, you hear this one buy out Tarawan for $2.5 billion, this one buy out Tarawan $2.5 million, and I go like, what the hell is this money coming from? It's not coming through the banks. The bank is not, they're not disclosing that kind of, they're not showing that kind of transaction. So where the hell is the money coming from? It's internal. It's robbery and theft that's going on because you permit it to go on.
It's 23 minutes away from 9, Mr. Martinez.
That's fast, man.
Yes, man.
You rile me up and now you didn't stop me.
23 minutes away from 9.
We'll take that break and we'll be back when we come back. With more after that.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Las 8:44, 16 minutos antes de las 9 de la mañana. Una discusión bastante atrevida, pero necesaria, porque al final del día es algo que nos afecta diariamente. It's something that affects us. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Usher, I'd like to invite you to look around Oringo town. I'd like you to take a little walk with me and begin Ocho Benque, and you'll see construction on one side, a huge building coming up, directly between, like by the Ortegas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay? Big, and you ask, oh, nice building. Who is it for? Chinese?
There's a big one, a huge one going up in the Belize Road area as well.
All right.
That's
Then
a
you go a
huge
little
one.
bit farther into, and you go by Cheetahs, and you go like this 4-story building, impressive 5-story building, I think. Who that for, boy? Yes, Chinese. And you don't have to go that far. You go right down San Andres Street by Palma, by Mr. Urbina's, what you call it. You go, who this building for? Chinese. Watch it. You go down one name and you go like, get a 1, 2, 3, go like, bada heka. Who this big building belong to? Chinese. You go down the Lee's Road. Who this building belong to? Why? Chinese. Who this one belong to now? Chinese. And what do we do with all them buildings? Open stores.
But how is it, Mr. Martinez, when all the stores open, they still pack with customers?
Because we make that happen.
But the other ones, they still continue to have fruitful business going on. And they want to open and
But
they
there
get
will come a point when it gets to a saturation point, when they will have to compete within themselves.
Yes, correct.
But the negative side of it is that those little stores that are mom and pop owned, like Mrs. Carl,
then they get
squeezed out, they're going to be literally killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People's Store is the only one of the very few supermarkets that is owned.
Yeah,
Am I saying that right? It's the only supermarket that is owned.
Yeah, and their anniversary will be right here this Sunday, the 20th of October. Over 50 years.
Over 58 years, as old as me.
Okay, you
Going
see?
to 59.
So, and then You see, with that now, Mr. Martinez, like you're saying that the small little businesses are getting squeezed out. But if you notice, if somebody want to buy some electrical supplies, if they want to buy some plumbing supplies, boy, go in a China car cheaper. You want to buy your light bulbs, your outlets, to fix up your house, boy, go in this place because it's cheaper. On the longer run, it's going to cost you more.
But it's not cheaper. That's exactly my point.
It's going to cost you.
It costs you more.
Because some of the extensions with some of them place and sell, Mr. Martinez.
Something.
This cable off a microphone thick on an extension. And it could slip right out of your hand. Sometimes some of the outlets, they pick them up and they broke up in your hand. And people say, vamos allá porque está más barato. So,
lo barato te sale caro.
So they are getting into the construction business as well. When it comes to construction materials, when it comes to electrical works, when it comes to paints, can even paint some of them they sell now.
Everybody is getting into the business, and at the end of the day, what will happen to stores like Blandis and Sons? What is going to happen to stores like Home and Garden? What is going to happen to stores like who else is like L&R? At the end of the day, like a number of other stores. What's going to happen if we continue permitting these things to happen in front of our noses and we're being complacent about it? We have to do something about it. If we had a local chapter of for the Orange Walk Chamber of Commerce, perhaps that would help. And I want to also reiterate, this is not personal.
This is reality.
This is not personal. I don't have anything against some of my best friends are Chinese, and I have a lot of respect for the Lee family, for Sonny and his wife, and etc., etc. And some of my very good friends living in Belmopan, the Tam family, one of the oldest families here.
But you see, Mr. Martinez,
people I love.
Mr. Martinez, a government survive from collecting taxes. There are people that put up their big structures. If there are people that they pay the right taxes that they are collecting from the people, it will show more economic growth in the country. You remember one time you were going to talk to one another on least sponsorship for something that we wanted to give away for the Christmas. He talked to her when the next one come, the guy in a language you understand, none at all. And then we come back, when we come back, no, nothing. So they are not contributing anything back to the community, but us as Belizean go and support them all the way. You hear a volleyball team or a basketball team or any kind of school has something that they can show, okay, this one is donated by Wayne Teng Cheng store.
That don't happen.
And so when they do the tax invasion, it's hurting the country because the money that persons are spending going to those stores and not receiving your receipt for your GST and not accountable for GST, that is not going back into the coffers, and now we spend that money.
That's
so if
right.
all them place them, they bill up and all of them they pay the taxes, then you can look for a lead justification.
Thank you very much.
All right, something they come in back.
Thank you very much. But there are very few. In the first place, if you go to them and you go like, sir, can I have a minute of your time? Pepper? Sir, may I have a little bit of the time? You pretend like you understand him. You show him your letter saying, I am a representative from a football company. I'd like to get some little donation. I don't understand. Come back.
That's you.
The man, they're raking so much money. But an ostensibly a shrewd man. And capable of making money hand over fist, but at the same time, he is pretending to you that he doesn't understand English. Well, if he doesn't understand English, what the hell is he doing in Belize and opening a business in the first place?
But how when they give you a bill, how when they ask her how much you owe and he understand?
Exactly. So, what are our laws in regards to these things? Huh? I got to find out that we are facilitating the Chinese community so much. Like I said, this is not personal. But we're facilitating it so much so that even some of our, I get a hold of this, some of the very workshops that are held by some government departments is done in Chinese to facilitate the Chinese. Did you know that? Did you know that?
So what's the reason behind that? For them to know how they set up
because they don't know how to speak English.
Oh.
So for make the Chinese up the fried chicken place, he has to follow the rules of the public health department or whatever department.
But the land for speak English are Creole convenient. They can know if they say $5, they know if they say $10. They know when you ask them.
Ketchup and pepper.
They know if they say anything. How they can understand the rest.
But obviously it is a farce. They just play ignorant. They just pretend.
Play the fool to catch the wise.
Play the fool to catch the wise.
And we bite the bullet.
And we bite the bullet. So much so that when it comes to Christmas time, and like me, we're having a Christmas show and so forth, you go like, "Nine para go that one." Nine para go that one.
And then
who do we end up going to?
And then
the very same locally owned businesses and some foreigners, some of them, who will always be receptive. But the vast majority of them don't even care about what you do. All they care is you could think that you could go to Tommy or whatever his name is, right there by Park, and get one donation from him. Josh.
And then you say
you could pray 10 rosary and 20 Our Father and 20 Hail Mary, and you still never get none.
You're not getting nothing, you waste your time.
Waste your time.
We got our local suppliers when it comes to meats. You know, when Christmas they come, we have campus meat shop right there. We make their local ham. We got there. We make their local ham. And if some people say, why not Chinese? And sometimes when they go to a place that imported hams and they sell. Some of them sell some of the local hams. So there are people that support and pay them GST every month. We can't go support their people. To make them people who continue pay the GST for help. So people say that me not care because they not me to get the money, that the government they get money. So sponsors are so hard to get in Belize, and it's sad to see how Chinese gone in Belize. There are more of their stores in Belize than locals see. 1, 2, 3 making money and buying land after land to make big stores.
And there was a time when I used to want to go to St. Ignace and go like, but Christ, so many supermarkets in one area in Santa Elena.
So huge ones though?
Some huge ones. I said, is it warranted? Is it necessary? Maybe. I used to worry. I used to go like, St. Ignace is a big community. But then again, it's competition within themselves already. Then I said, thankfully, Orange Rock don't get to that. But the reason I am big mouthing this whole issue is because we are getting exactly to that.
And if they are paying their taxes, then it will be much better for the country. Watch for the nice street west of St. Ignace, right front on the establishment, you know. They got sidewalk, they got drains and everything right front of the place. And they still, when they go in there, no receipt. And they see it right front of their face. I'd like to remind you of something very important for Saturday, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, tell me.
That Miss Naomi will be having a hodot sale on Saturday. Remember the hodot that with beet planting, fish and kongs. That's the difference between the hodot and the serre.
Unfortunately, I cannot.
You can't.
Because it's made with coconut oil, right?
Yeah.
Anything that is too greasy and conch and so forth, I can't eat.
But we want to encourage persons to please support her on this local venture. Mr. Martinez, we are working on reformatting our show as well. And in the days to come, we will have more highlights on the show. So just bear with us.
Yes. It's already.
And the wake for
3
Mrs.
minutes
Amparo
to-
Urbina will be held tonight. That's on Park Street, right by the Credit Union area, by Icebreak, by Amparo's. That will be held tonight, and the funeral service will be held tomorrow at 3 o'clock at La Immaculada Church. And if you're wondering who is Mrs. Amparo Urbina, she is the wife of the late Mr. Hernan Urbina, better known as Mr. Charo Urbina. They are the owners of Amparo's store. That's why that store name Amparo's, you know. Her name is Amparo, and so the wake will be tonight.
The wake will be tonight. So it's a rather large family, especially, well, I'm not talking about the Urbina family, I'm talking about the Ayuso family. It's a rather large family. And I think one of the largest in the Range Road. Like one person said, Ayuso can't done.
Yeah.
Can't done.
Yes, yes. So we
You know?
we invite you all to come and, you know, be around the family, comfort them. You maybe you might not get to talk to all of them, but by your presence there, that certainly comfort them. And
Absolutely.
I remember tomorrow it's Corozal when it comes to Digi celebrating their 30,000 customers. It's Corozal tomorrow from 8 in the morning, and you are invited to come to Corozal and, you know, sign up for one of the great Digi plans, and you can get a brand new phone for only $30. We'd like to thank everyone who tuned in to the Sugar City Morning Show. The show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. Like we say here at North Division, we are reformatting our programs, and we will soon have new programs on the air for you, and also with the Sugar City Morning Show. We have Channel 7 News repeat at 12 o'clock today, also tonight at 6:30 right here on this same station. So once again, thank you all for tuning in. If the good Lord so will, myself and Mr. Martinez will be back here tomorrow.
Well, thank you very much for doing that, Chicky. It's a pleasure to be here with you. It has been a pleasure, and I hope that tomorrow, Friday, we can have the pleasure of your viewership. So have a great day, and here's wishing you all the best. My name is Emmanuel. Thank you very much.
Sugar City Morning Show.